Hey, Cookaholic Chef Kendra here. Today we're making focaccia. So let's you and I do what we do and make it happen. I'm gonna start out by grating this Parmesan cheese. Just like so. You know how we do with the Parmesan? Just cutting the onions into basically half round shapes. I like the way they look on the focaccia. I'm gonna set them on this little saucer and set them aside. I have some rosemary here. Has a very woodsy smell to it. I like it. Pull it off like this. And I'm gonna chop this rosemary. I'm gonna run my knife through the rosemary quickly. Fire roasted tomatoes. We used this in a couple videos ago. No, we used this in the last video. I really like these. Adding this je ne sais quoi to our dish. This is what they look like. Now here are the fire roasted tomatoes. I just gave it a little squeeze to get rid of a lot of the moisture. This would be a great time to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. We have kosher salt, freshly grated Parmesan cheese, some quality olive oil, some onions, some rosemary, and some fire roasted tomatoes. We have kosher salt, honey, olive oil, active dry yeast, and flour. I have some warm water here. It's about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna add our honey. Get in there, honey. And we're going to dissolve the honey into our warm water. Now we're going to add our yeast. Like that. We have flour here. And I'm going to add the olive oil to the flour. And I'm going to add the salt to the flour. And this is just what we want. It's puffed up, it's bloomed. Now we're just gonna pour this in and stir at the same time. And we're gonna stir until this comes together. And we're gonna do this whole thing by hand. I'm gonna add a little olive oil to another bowl. Whip it all around. Place our dough in there. Put a little olive oil over the top, just like so. We're covering it with a tea towel and we're gonna let it sit until it doubles in size. Should take about 20 or 30 minutes. Spread it around and shape the dough. Then you've seen me put little dimples in the dough, dimples like I have. And you've seen me smush it a little bit. And I'm repeating all this because I was not recording sound before. My younger brother has the biggest dimples you've ever seen. And my older brother has a beautiful smile. Can't leave him out. So, before you add any toppings, you want to make sure you add the olive oil. So we're going to add the olive oil all over this. And it's a lot. It's just the way it is. And we're going to spread this olive oil over gently with our fingers. We want to make sure we get it everywhere. Oil acts as a barrier. Of course, this is going to make it very flavorful. But oil acts as a barrier, so it will keep things that are a little moist from making the dough moist. So once we get it all over, like that, trying to keep it on the sill pat. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to sprinkle it with kosher salt. Next thing I'm going to do is add this Parmesan cheese. We're adding these onions. And see, this is a watery ingredient. Onions have a lot of water. Next, we're going to add these fire roasted tomatoes. And I'm just going to add these. The last thing I'm going to put on here is rosemary, and this is fresh rosemary. You can use dried though. Now we're gonna get this beautiful bread in the oven. At the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And 20 minutes and take a look and see where we're at. You can find this and other fine recipes at chefkendra.weebly.com. That's chefkendra.weebly.com. You know I got you. And you want to cool completely before you cut into it. That's all for this time. I'll see you next time. Chef Kendra's out. Peace.